Well, hi people. Today I thought I'd make a video about my cabinet of curiosities. I was cleaning out the china cabinet, the one with all the curiosities and other junk in it, because it was all dusty and everything. And I thought, well, I've been planning on making a video of all my weird stuff for a long time, and I kind of like this cabinet of curiosity craze that's kind of going on right now. So I thought I'd drag the items out. A lot easier to see them like this than in the cabinet. So, okay, what are we looking at here? This here is a Banksy seed pod. This thing is from Australia, and apparently this is what the plant leaves behind after it drops its seed pods, I guess. These things are rock hard, and they're covered with sharp little knobs. So if you got hit with this, it would hurt quite a bit. Some woodworkers like to turn these on a lathe, and they get really attractive patterns underneath and make little vases and other, stuff. The next thing is this, okay, here's a funky rock that I found in Mexico on the beach, on the ocean there. It's this kind of thing is made by a certain type of clam, and you can see the clams are still in there. They just bore their way into solid rock, and that's how they make their living. So you get these kind of interesting, well, not that side, interesting patterns in the rock, and I kind of forget what kind of clam it is that does these. Here's another one that I got. Seen these in Florida too. Next thing is a fossilized whale ear bone. Kind of weird. But actually, you can get this pretty cheap on eBay. Fossilized whale ear bone there. I guess. All right. Can't see that very well. That's a baby mammoth tooth. Baby mammoth tooth. I always wanted a mammoth tooth, but they're so expensive. And but I ran across a baby one. The first baby one I ever saw. And got this at a gem and mineral show in Madison last fall. Here's my, might be able to see it better like this. Here's my bat encased in lucite, bat skeleton that is. Can you see that guy okay? He's pretty funky looking. I got this, I think, on Amazon. You can get like anything on Amazon. And although these are on eBay, they're on Skulls Unlimited, and other sites. They're about $50. Only mine came with a crack in it, which kind of irks me. But I didn't notice it until like I had it for a few months. Look at it at the right angle, you can't see it, but you can see it. I can see it. Anyway, it's still pretty cool. Bat skeleton encased in plexiglass or lucite, what have you. Next thing here is beaver skull. Pretty nice beaver skull. Pretty all there. Professionally cleaned, I think. And so that's that. Got that up in Wisconsin Dells. Here's another thing I got. It's a crab in lucite, little crab, fiddler crab maybe, something like that. Got that in Chinatown in San Francisco. You can get those on eBay. There's stuff is all over the place. All right. Well, the year before I got the baby whale tooth, I got this from the same guy. This is a fossil deer vertebra. Fossil deer vertebra, probably about 10,000 years old. And judging from the size of the vertebra, this is a pretty big deer, more like an elk size kind of a guy. Now, here's my little scarab from Egypt there. Friend bought that back for me. A bunch of hieroglyphics on there. Who knows? This here, got this years ago in Wisconsin Rapids at a gem and mineral show. And this is a chunk of agatized dinosaur bone, which I polished the face of. And I got this way back in the 70s. It was like $6 or $7 back then. These things are probably worth a few hundred now. They're much more in demand ever since, you know, Jurassic Park. That type of thing. Here, okay, another vertebra. This one is from a walrus. Probably about a 10,000-year-old walrus dug out of the permafrost in northern Alaska. I got this, I think, let's see, I got this in Ketchikan, Alaska. Some taxidermy shops there with all kinds of crazy stuff, including this little guy. You see that there? You know what that is? That's the baculum of a raccoon. What is a baculum, you may say? You may ask. Well, you may wish to look it up on the internet, and here's how it's spelled. Okay, here's a big ticket item here. Little magnetite octahedron. Octahedron, 8-sided shape. Made of magnetite. It's a isometric mineral. Here's another mineral. This is an pyritized brachiopod. Oh, this is coming up. Pyritized brachiopod. So, it's all been replaced with pyrite. The brachiopod is a bivalved critter from probably about 600 to 500 million years ago, Cambrian Ordovician, that type of thing. And it looks to me like there's a bunch of calcite crystals inside. You know, calcite and pyrite occur together a lot. Pyrite, fool's gold, iron sulfide. That is an emu egg. Got it at the farmer's market, Madison. The piece of red agatized dinosaur bone I got this years back too, and kind of really pretty red, all agatized. You can see the cellular bone structure in there yet. And here is it's either a coyote or a dog. It's probably a coyote, but it's going to be a big coyote. But anyway, kind of rough. Found this in the desert in Mexico. Walking along one day, walking along a gravel road towards this bar on the ocean. And I came across 2 skulls that day, but I only had room in my bag for one. I thought I'd find something on that little hike. Here is something that's kind of cool. Well, you know, it's pretty common, but I mean, you don't see it all that often. But it's a rabbit skull. I don't know if this light is too bright or what, but oops. Yeah, rabbit skulls. They got all this weird kind of webbing and stuff in there, that snout region there. So they're really a funky looking skull. They got these like wing-like structures that are over the eyes, and if you like to draw skulls like I do, this would be a good one. Next item, dinosaur vertebra. Agatized dinosaur vertebra. Don't know what kind of dinosaur. But it does clearly have that pattern, the pattern you see in the agatized dinosaur bone. From South Dakota, lots of dinosaurs in western South Dakota, which is where this was found. This I found at a rock shop in South Dakota, near the Black Hills, Badlands type of. And they got it. I guess they just found it, and I got it for $5. Probably worth a lot. It was in 1978. Worth a lot more than that now. Oops, that kind of fills up the screen, doesn't it? Well, if I can get a better shot of that. Well, let's see here. Yeah, ostrich egg. Yep, got a little hole in there. Really a thick shell. Pretty solid little item here. Got that at the farmer's market in the last year sometime. Okay, Tyrannosaurus tooth. I hate to tell you though, it's fake. Walrus tooth. That's real though. Got that at the same place I got the baculum, I think. Alaska. Little skull carved out of like a jade or something like that. Not jade, a jasper. Kind of a quartz, cryptocrystalline quartz like an agate kind of a thing, but I can't quite remember what this stuff is here. Little skull. Speaking of little skulls, how about this puppy here? Adjust this camera again. There we go. Pretty cool, huh? Carved this out of wood myself. Took me a long time. It would sit around for months at a time, not even being looked at, but I finally got it done. Just to sit around at night, Sunday nights, listen to Art Bell, have a few beers, carve my skull. Those were the days. Alright, more dinosaur bone. This one has, let's see if you can see that there, this nice red, and I forget what they call that pattern. Too bad it's kind of busted in half, but it came that way. I polished it up. It's kind of pretty, kind of pretty. This, you know, but I got a little, some of the polish went in between the kind of bony cellular structures or whatever that is there, and never did quite be able to get it out, but it looks nice on this side anyway. Pretty cool looking. Alright, now what we have, okay, here we go. Fossil shark's teeth. You find these on the beach near Nokomis, Florida. After a while you get pretty good at it. I found these in the course of a week. Nice relaxing vacation on the beach there. Rose chafer beetle. I want to build up a cabinet of curiosities. There's lots of these critters that are encased in lucite. You can get bat skeletons like I have. You can get a whole taxidermy bat. You can get fish, lizards, snakes, giant centipedes, and all kinds of insects. That's a cool one. Got that in Chinatown too. Another bug I got in Chinatown. A big beetle. I'm not sure exactly what kind of beetle that is, but it's probably from Asia. All this stuff comes from China, of course, but this is a Chinese product I like. Okay. Here's a bottle of weird stuff. My son-in-law and my daughter, you know I like weird things, so he was at the Salton Sea in California there, where there's dead stuff everywhere, and he picked up these calcareous objects, which are obviously the skeleton of something, but almost like a coral or some kind of a thing, but I don't know, or barnacle-like, kind of, but I've never seen anything like that. And I'm usually not too bad at identifying stuff like this. Put it in an old antique pill bottle or something like that I got at an antique mall somewhere. But whoopsie! Didn't want that to happen, but here's you know, one of these little guys looks like. Yeah, probably can't see that too well. Okay, all right. Put that away so we don't break anything. They also went and got me a whole bunch of sand dollars, and this was like a Christmas present one year. And I thought to display them more nicely, I went and got this at Hobby Lobby. If you want weird glassware, Hobby Lobby should be one of your destinations. You know, another example of that would be this thing. Is cheap at Hobby Lobby, but did you ever see anything like that before? It's like a vessel within a vessel, and I guess the idea is to put colored water, different colors of water in the two, and then they overlap and make a third color, and it looks all pretty and stuff. But you know, that stuff stains the glass sometimes. I thought I'd leave mine pristine. I suppose I should dust it off. All right. Okay. We're getting down to the wire here. Got a few more things. This is a rib bone from an Edmontosaurus from South Dakota, where these guys live. This was found in a site that had a lot of mixed bones of different specimens. So they're all jumbled together, like they died in a big flood and they rotted and the bones all went together and whatever. High energy environment kind of a deal. So, and I worked on a composite skeleton of a Edmontosaurus as a volunteer for a museum about 23 years ago, and they had some bones left over, so they gave me this one. It was very nice. Okay, well, here's the last item. I got more dinosaur stuff, but you're probably getting tired of that. But here, okay, here's a cool thing. From the same dinosaur, I made a cast of the toe bone, one of the phalanges of the foot. This is the biggest one, kind of in the middle there. Made it out of this, I don't know, like not hydrostone, but a kind of Durham's water putty. That's what they had. Durham's water putty. You can get it in the hardware store. It's like a really hard plaster type of stuff, and they color it with brown and black coloring to get this, because this is kind of what the bones were colored in. So it turned out really, really well. I'm really happy with it. And they put some kind of not a shellac, but there was something that hardened it. Okay, well, everybody, thanks for watching my video on my cabinet of curiosities, and hopefully I might have some more semi-interesting videos in the future. Thanks.